Thank you to Riverside for sponsoring this video. Can you spot the problem in this clip?
This may just be the most affordable, practical, and dare I say, enjoyable party favor.
The lighting is good, there is depth in the shot, but the audio.
Only going to explain why, but I'm also going to tell you what you need so that you can get one of these together.
That was not only a problem with this specific clip. It's a common problem that causes most people to click out of your YouTube video or leave a comment about how bad your audio is. Ideally, you want audio that sounds like you recorded it in a studio, but where most people go wrong is that they assume a mic will fix all of their problems. It won't. Often mics can contribute to a whole other set of problems. I purchased this incredibly fancy mic, only to have it malfunction during an interview, and I left with no audio recording whatsoever. I'm not saying that you shouldn't use a mic, I'm merely indicating that fix it in post is not only something that you will hear on movie set. I'm saying that we have an option to easily fix our audio using Riverside's Magic Audio. I go about this by uploading my clip to Riverside's editing studio, and this is the clip without any editing.
This may just be the most affordable, practical, and dare I say, enjoyable party favor.
Now this is what the clip sounds like after I simply click on Riverside's Magic Audio tool.
This may just be the most affordable, practical, and dare I say, enjoyable party favor.
If you liked this secret, you will love the last one, especially if you're someone who plans to do interview-style content. But if Riverside's Magic Audio is something you want to try, you can click on the link in my description and use the code MFVideo to get 15% off. But let's move on to the next problem that I see with most new creators. Can you pick up the difference between these two images? The one has made use of a description, where the other has chosen to leave the space completely blank. Do you know why it's important to fill out the description field of long-form and short-form content? Of course you do. SEO is one of the easiest ways that you can affirm YouTube that your video is in fact delivering on the promise of its title and thumbnail. But let's be honest, it can feel like such a time waster coming up with a description for your YouTube videos. I'm going to share my hack of how I make this process easier. So again, I would upload my footage to Riverside, and when I do this, it automatically starts transcribing my sequence. And this makes it easy to skim through what is said and copy and paste it into a description section. From here, it's easy to edit, and this allows me to form a concise description that naturally includes any keywords that may have been mentioned during the episode. This is not only valuable for your description box in YouTube, but it's also helpful if you're looking at turning your video into a blog post or into an article. Now onto the next Riverside tool that can save you a lot of time. Be honest, would you continue watching this video? Alright, first we have the bucket. Then we need things to fill the bucket. Some chips, some juice, and then keep it with the theme. We did sharks and we put these little guys in a little plastic bag that was the final thing for our bucket. I think you'd be more inclined to watch this one. First, we have the bucket. Then we need things to fill the bucket. Some chips, some juice, and then keep it with the theme. We did sharks and we put these little guys in a little plastic bag that was the final thing for our bucket. I'm sure we've all seen a version of this in our edits. The problem here is that there are silences, pauses, and lulls that no one has time for when they're watching your video or listening to a podcast episode. There's a slow and a quick way to fix this problem. Now, the slow way is to manually cut out every silence and pause, but with a click, Riverside's automated removal tool finds silences in your recording and trims them out. But in case you're protesting that not all silences are bad, you are able to select which silences you'd like to place back in for natural rhythm and effect of your podcast episode or your video. This is incredibly helpful to you if you're a podcaster. But the final tool is even more helpful to you in this case, but we're almost there. But before I do go there, here is something else within the Riverside platform that you can do that I'm pretty sure you'd like to know about. If you've recorded a long podcast episode or you have a lengthy YouTube video that you would like to repurpose into short-form clips, Riverside has a magic clip tool that identifies key moments in your footage and edits them into standalone clips that they try to optimize for the various social media platforms that are out there. And it's also super easy to add captions to these clips. Now, how I get the most value out of this is by seeing what clips they suggest. I then pull the clips that I feel would be the most valuable to my audience, as spamming the internet with a whole bunch of clips just because you can is probably not the best idea. Once I find the clips that are either going to entertain or solve some sort of problem for my audience, I usually edit them even further so that they are even more dynamic. But as promised, we're on to the last tip, and this one is golden for anybody who has a podcast or who goes about interviewing remote guests. Okay, can you spot the difference here? Grainy footage is a pain to watch, especially when we live in an age where HD footage is sort of expected. So you may do your best to get your video setup done perfectly, but you can't always control how your guest comes across. So the good news here is that most people have a phone that records HD footage these days, and Riverside allows you and your guest to podcast using your phone. You both simply have to download the Riverside app. Now, your guest doesn't need a Riverside account to do this. Once you've both downloaded the app, you can go about sending an invite to your guest, and with a click of a button, they can join your virtual studio and you can record HD footage that will increase the overall quality of your video. So all of these epic tools that you can find within Riverside can really help elevate your YouTube videos, but there's so much more that you need to understand when it comes to uploading videos on YouTube. So I think you might enjoy this playlist next. However, if podcasting is something that you're focusing on at the moment, then I think this is a video that you should be watching next. Again, thank you to Riverside for sponsoring this video. Check Riverside out by using the link in my description, and you will get 15% off if you use the code MFvideo. See you in the next one, guys. Take care. Bye.